Hello and welcome to my first redstone tutorial. Today we're going to be doing something quite simple and easy. Today I'll be introducing you to the automatic sugarcane farm. As you could have guessed by its name, it is used to, automatically harvest sugarcane for you. I'll be joined by this fella floating around my head, a friend of mine that'll be helping me out with some stuff in the video. But as you can see, the design is quite simple and it's small. You could see it work right there. Here, if I, for example, do a quick game roll of, I don't know, 100, you'll be able to see, or 1,000, I guess that's also fine, 10,000 here. You can see how easily the machine works. It uses the observers on top, and as soon as it detects that some of the sugarcane has grown up to this level, like so, it will initiate this redstone in the back, which powers up these blocks and therefore powers up the pistons as so. Very simple, very easy. In a more like slow motion scenario or realistic, it will look something along the lines of this. So everything would fall in the water. Water would quickly get it to travel to the hopper. Through the hoppers, it will either get it to in this chest, or if this chest is already full, get it down to the next chest, like so. So it's a pretty simple idea, nothing too complicated going on, and right over here, my friend, I'm pretty sure, is writing down a really helpful sign. What you need. Yep, that's it. Today, here are the materials, everything you'll need for this build. So you need 16 observers, 16 pistons, a water bucket, well, two water buckets, 16 sugarcane that you need before you start. Um, you need some building blocks. I choose cobblestone. It could be honestly anything. Like all the cobblestone in this build can be replaced by any other block that transmits redstone. Uh, as long as it doesn't blow up your build like TNT or something. Um, 16 dirt, 4 chests, and 2 hoppers. If you want a more minimalistic build, you could go for half of this and just cut out, I don't know, this half for example. So basically this would work the same, it just would be a bit slower. So, let's get on straight to building this thing. So I'll grab one of each right here in my inventory. Because I'm in creative, so I won't need all of this equipment in these quantities. And alright. You also need, in the back, you'll need 16 redstone, which I did forget to mention. That is my bad. But here, there you go. 16 redstone right there for you. In case you were wondering. Yep. Jesus Christ. Alright. So, yeah, let's get straight to it. So, you'll want to start out by placing down the first chest. To do this, we're gonna have a nice clear area right here. We can start off by putting the chests right next to each other, like so. And here will be where the machine starts. You want to have at least a couple blocks back, maybe like 4 or 5 of space, and this is about I'd say 18 blocks wide. Yeah, it's about 18 blocks wide. So you need at least this amount of space, and from the first chest up, this is 6 blocks. So if you want to make note of that, I just recommend building in open space. Much easier than to have to cramp it somewhere in a closed place. But you know, if you need it, then you can do that. Alright, so as I said, first 2 chests right here. And I'm gonna start off by linking the hoppers like so. Make sure that you shift and right click in the back of the chest so they point at it. And yeah, let's start off. So first things first, you're gonna have to build away from this hopper right here. This is where the hole that all the sugarcane will be going into. So you build 9 blocks away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And on top of it, you put a cobblestone. And the same with this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Alright, perfect. So it's kind of symmetrical except the chests. I mean, if you really want to make it that symmetrical, you can just destroy the double chests and replace them with single chests. It's not that difficult. Next up, something else I actually forgot to mention is the glass is optional. You could just use a normal building block. But if you really want glass, then all this glass together, it would be 4 by 16. So 64 glass. It would be a stack of glass exactly. What you would need. And yeah, just a stack of glass if you want to have it like that, caged in some glass. In this build though, I guess I'll put in glass as well, but the glass is more of it's not needed, it's optional. Here we go. Alright, so let's start off by placing the glass then. You want to just completely block off this area like so. So none of the sugarcane jumps out of the whole machine and it doesn't get wasted. 4 up as I said, and fill this in real quick. No problem doing that. After you're done filling that in, you can move on to the back here, because here is where the sugarcane will be resting. On this dirt right here, you want to fill this out, except the middle block. I guess you could just place down the dirt and then just break it. And there you go, you have a nice little patch for your sugarcane where you can plant it as soon as you put the water down. Now, if you did this all correctly and you place the water down on one side, you should see that the water goes just to the edge of this block, 8 exact blocks, and the same on this side. And it's at this point where you can actually place down your sugarcane because it's right next to water. So if you want to do that now, you can, but I recommend doing it after the build. I'm going to do it now just to show you that you can. Alright, next you can fill this block with this 1 cobblestone, and you will have to get on to the walls and the hoppers and the observers. So just so it doesn't escape from the sides either, you want to build it up about the same height as the glass, so. And then from the back you could leave it empty, or you could fill it out with something. For example, I filled it out here with cobblestone under the pistons, but this cobblestone isn't needed. I recommend you leave it in there just in case you need to, I don't know, some sugarcane does again escape somehow. So I recommend you just fill in like that in the back. And on top of that, now you have a nice resting place to put your pistons. Now your pistons will face towards the sugarcane, so you want to build outwards. You want to be standing on the glass, and you can start placing. You can maybe start by having the glass only 1 block high, so just so you can keep the water in here. I can do this because I'm in creative, obviously, but when you're in survival, you might want to just build the first layer of glass so you can stand on it with more ease, like so, and you can just place down all these hoppers. Alright, so you want to place these hoppers all over in front of the sugarcane, just as I said, and then you can build up this little split right here with cobblestone or whatever your block is, and then you have observers where you need to actually go at the back of them. I have no idea what he's doing, he's just messing around over there. So you put them back like so, and now they're facing the way that they want to face. Basically, observers, as soon because this is the side that they react to different, I don't know, updates, block updates with. So if you see here, I'll put down a little block, and I'll put down a bit of redstone, and as soon as I put a block in front of it or anything like that, it will update for a split second, and the piston reacts. And you will want to do this for the rest of them as well. So you want to go from the back, you want to place the pistons from the back too. Oop, oop, oop. Just slipping up here a bit, don't worry about it. Alright, like so. And place down the rest of the cobblestone, just like so. So you can connect all of them up. Doesn't really matter if they're separated or not. To be fair, it's probably better that they're all connected, so then Um, you wouldn't have to wait for each individual sugarcane to fully grow in order to break it. And that should be basically it. If you want to test it out, you can put some sugarcane here, and you should see that all the little hoppers activate on this side, and for this side as well. There you go. Nice and easy, and you should see sugarcane down in this chest, the one that we just placed. Um, I mean, that is pretty much it. Some sugarcanes will sometimes get stuck on the dirt, but don't worry, because every time it gets stuck on the dirt, for example, you'll have other sugarcane like going by, like so, and might pick it up, or I know, more sugarcane drops from the sugarcane, and will catch the drop from dirt. But it's not gonna be much sugarcane that's wasted. You're always gonna get the most of it, and this is the most basic build. Now, my friend back here is preparing a little something actually, because obviously this is the most basic build you can go for, possibly. But if you'd like, you could also go for a more exquisite build, make it bigger, taller. And I guess me and my friend are gonna portray that right now by literally just replicating the whole machine. Here, let me push down the sugarcane. There you go. Yeah, you could just basically do this exact thing where you stack it on top. If you don't like that space here, you could replace it with some cobble like so. There you go. Beautifully done. And same here, if you don't want the to escape as much, you could place some glass. There we go. And now you have a nice safe. I mean, if you really have the resources to build this up this high, then go for it. My friend, though, is just showing a great example of what you could do with it. Obviously, this won't lag your game or anything, because, I mean, it's gonna be very slow for each one to activate. It's not gonna be a big issue. I think that's about enough. I don't think you need to keep going. It's a good. I think it's a good representation of how it can be built. Ooh, we have some leakages down there. Don't worry about that. And as you can see, oh gosh, yeah, he's activated it. Put the tick speed up to 1,000. Again, some sugarcane may get stuck in these little spaces. As you can see here, you might want to block that off. My game is losing a bit of frames because it's really going fast now because we increased the tick speed, but in a normal game, it will go extremely slow. As you can see, my frame, the normal tick speed, by the way, is 3, the random normal tick speed. So as you can see, it's going very slow. It's going to take probably minutes to probably get you any sugarcane whatsoever, but the higher they build it, obviously the faster it gets sugarcane. And as you can see, a lot of sugarcane stuck here. That's because though it was going that fast. Same here, as I said earlier, fill up these gaps with some glass. And I guess we could do a little time lapse of it running. I mean, all we'll do is just put it on a normal speed. Obviously the video will be sped up so you won't have to sit through it all the time, but we're gonna give it a nice simple camera view of the whole thing, and yeah, you'll be able to see a nice time lapse of it. Let me just game rule do daylight true. Right, and the time lapse should start now. Alright, as you can see, it's been about a day, a Minecraft day anyway, so that is about 24 minutes of playing, of just, as you can see, me and my friend here, yeah, 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 we were a bit bored, so, we decided to give this place a bit of decoration, to say the least, and, I mean, after less than half an hour, I guess it's time to check up on how much sugarcane this machine has made. So half of an hour worth of weight has made you 40 sugarcane. This could be done while just doing anything. You know very well that although this time lapse might have looked long or short, whatever you think, 24 minutes of gaming isn't much at all. And in that 24 minutes, less than half of an hour, 40 sugarcane has been made from this tall building. Sure, yes, this is a really tall building. Here you can check out how much this single one has made. Surprisingly, I think some of this has been left over from beforehand, so I wouldn't say exactly that much. But I would estimate that this by itself would probably make, I don't know, if we have 5 of these, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I would estimate that it would probably make, I don't know, I'm not sure that, that could be, yeah, that's a joint, so, that could be about 15 sugarcane per like half an hour or less, which in reality isn't bad at all. Actually, you didn't have to do anything. You could have gone and to another dimension. I mean, as long as you could have just AFK'd in this chunk overnight, this would have made you an amazing amount of sugarcane, and obviously the taller it is, the more sugarcane it gets you. And so that's going to be pretty much it for the first video of Redstone. If you did like the video, I'd love to hear some recommendations as to what I could possibly make a tutorial on next. Obviously nothing too complicated like, I don't know, a quantum computer in Minecraft, because that's simply just going to take too long, and also I'm pretty sure there's already a video out on that. Not saying that there isn't a video out on this as well, but you know, by far this is the simplest build I could possibly find and research about, and I use this all the time, mainly for servers that require things like enchantments, and you just want to get a lot of books, and you need a lot of paper for that, and there you go, you have a stupid amount of paper to play with. I mean, come on, if you take this and divide it by 3, this is the amount of books you could make out of this, which would be about, I don't know, 20, 21, 22 books. I mean, just by waiting 30 minutes, that is an incredible amount of books you could make for enchantments. I mean, that's great. If, as I said, any more recommendations for structures like these, it doesn't have to be redstone. It could be, for example, something to do with spawners, or I don't know, anything like that. Then do oh god, do say in the comments below. It could be anything to do with technical, any technical builds. I'm not so much of a builder as in like making houses and stuff. I'm more of a redstoneer or a technical builder in Minecraft. So anything like that, make sure to comment below any suggestions, and I'll see you all next week.